Hello! It feels so good to be back after a 5-year hiatus, but your girl, FPSgirl, is back in the house. So today I thought I would talk about a video game that I finished recently for the Xbox One called ReCore. Now, there won't be any spoilers in this video, but it is unscripted, candid, unedited, just purely raw, honest material. I kind of like this format because it feels a little more like a conversation. So, with that, let's dive right in. So, you play a main character, which is a female protagonist, and her name is Jewel, which is quite ironic because the entire point of the game is to collect various jewels. They call them cores, but essentially they are gemstones or jewels. So this is an action-adventure platform. It's not in a first-person, shooter for a perspective. And you have a little army. I shouldn't say army because you only get 3 core bots, which are these robots that you can swap cores between them and level them up in 3 different areas. So you use these core bots to help you navigate Far Eden, this planet that supposedly you're supposed to be terraforming and humans are supposed to be coming there to live. Now, the plot, iffy. I don't really connect with any of the people, the villain, Victor, your allies you come across, even the main character, did not connect. Do I remember the story? Not really, which means it wasn't very memorable. There are dungeons which you come across, so there's a mix of sort of 2 different areas that you enter. One are dungeons, which are mostly puzzles, where you need to jump a lot from platform to platform, shoot switches, jump through portals, and just make your way to the end, dodging all kinds of obstacles. These got very, very annoying sometimes. And not always did they tell you which core bots you needed to make it through the level, which required a lot of going back and forth between your home base and then the other teleportation areas. In addition, you actually pretty much need to really explore the whole map and all the areas in order for you to finish the game. So there's no way that you can just fast track through this, although it did take me way under 24 hours to finish the game. So you could complete it easily in maybe 15 hours. So in it, you have, sorry, I'm just opening up my little notes. There are some good things, okay? There are some good things about the game. So, for the most part, it is an open, free roam, open area. The graphics are pretty good. They did a good job of making you feel like you could really jump, explore, and go anywhere. So your main character, they have the ability to double jump and also to use her blaster boots so that she can go even further and project herself up mountains, across huge craters, and you really do get that feeling that, hey, I can go anywhere, and there's a little bit of fantasy and surrealism, that freedom, it just feels great. So they did a good job at that. It also saves periodically throughout the game rather than having designated save points. So if you ever die, you just get rejuvenated basically back to where you were, which is nice. You don't have to walk all the way back or start, your mission halfway through and walk through these areas where there's no bad guys or nothing to kill. I hate when video games do that. There is one character, which is a robot, and her name is Violet. I personally found her hilarious, and although you can't understand what she's saying, I found myself often repeating her garbly gook that she does say. The core bots, you kind of do build a little bit of a relationship with them. I mean, it depends on you. You start off with one that's a dog. It looks like a dog, and it's called Mac. And you think as a dog owner, I would be in love with him, but I didn't really use him for the game at all. Maybe at the end, a little bit, but for the most part, I used the other core bots just because their skills were more useful in the game. Okay, so now, unfortunately, let's talk about some of the bad things. So, in the map, and this drove me crazy, there is a main objective, but there is also all these side quests and dungeons and little things you can do. You can just explore on your own. There's a lot of freedom that way. But on your map, there is no wayfinding or waypoint capabilities. There's no way you can select a different mission or highlight an area that you want to go to and then be guided or get direction. There's nothing like that. So a lot of the time I found myself constantly opening up the map to make sure I'm going the right way. Also, when you zoom in on the map, the little triangle that shows you where you are is very small, and sometimes it's really hard to see where you're pointed and to make sure you're even in the right direction. So the character development, which I really care about, like one of my favorite game series is BioShock, and that's partially because of the character developed, the story, is kind of non-existent in this game. You don't really, like I said before, there's no real connection. You don't really care about the characters. I've already forgotten the majority of the plot. So it's very weak in that aspect. The first half of the game, super fun. Second half of the game, you kind of just feel like you want to get it over with. The whole concept of shooting your enemies with different colored codes, or different colors, which give more damage if you match up your gun color to the enemy color, cool, but after a while it gets a little redundant. You also have the capabilities to extract cores, which allows you to pull out the main core of a core bot, which there's friendly and unfriendly. And the whole game you're just fighting unfriendly core bots. And in the beginning, yeah, so cool, you know, slow motion and explosions, and then after you do it like maybe 20 times, you're like, oh, like, I'm so sick of this, and I found myself like quickly, very frustratedly being like, let's just like get past that slow motion stuff, like, come on, like, I don't want to sit here and watch a bajillion extractions being done. So the whole idea of a core fusion, so when you're upgrading your core bots, it was, I have mixed feelings about it, because the idea and the concept, awesome, cool, the actual execution of it, poor. I was just holding down the button and maxing. I literally only maxed one character in that game. You get 3 different core bots, and I just maxed one character, and you can swap them between the robot bodies to use the different skills. And I just maxed one character, and then I left all the other ones weak because I would just have that one fight, and then it didn't matter. It did not matter who you upgraded, what you upgraded. I found it didn't really help you that much in the game. It just felt really redundant. Combat extremely repetitive. And if you don't come across 4 to 5 glitches when you play the game, I will be very surprised. There's this one part in an area called Shifting Sands where I'm just walking along, and then all of a sudden I just fell off of the world. So I died, like my character disappeared. And it was in the same spot, and it kept happening over and over again, which was frustrating because I needed to get to that cliff. So I ended up having to do this weird run around the mountain, jumping up all these different areas just to get to that starting point where I should have been able to go, but because of a glitch, it was making me fall off the edge of the world. Sometimes there's also another glitch that I've come across where you jump and it allows you to jump through the object or through the wall or through the ledge, and then you're stuck and you can't kill yourself, and you're just stuck. So you have to quit, get out, relaunch the game, go back in, and see where you get left off. So that was a little frustrating too. Same with extractions, the whole cool slow motion, like removing the extraction, can freeze your game. So that's also really annoying. And one of the core bots, which looks like a spider, often his legs didn't move, and the sound effects disappeared when he was climbing and jumping on the railings. So those were some of the odd glitches and problems I came across. So unfortunately, this game, in my opinion, I would not recommend it to my friends. Another thing that was good though is the female character. She did not have an annoying voice, which as a woman, I can appreciate that. Because a lot of time female characters in video games, they sound so sexualized. So when they die, they're like, ah! And you're like, okay, if I was like being stabbed to death or like dying, I definitely would not sound like that. So, with that, I will say I will give ReCore for Xbox One 5 sexual female dying screams out of 10. Anyways, it's so great to be back. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you to those of you who have continued to subscribe, even though I haven't posted a new video in like 5 years. You probably just forgot that you subscribed to me. I really appreciate it. I do this as a hobby. I love playing video games, and I look forward to many, many more review videos. Catch you guys later.